Have you ever wondered why some women think about men non-stop while the same women threat other men like garbage? If you think the answer is money or looks, you are delusional. There are many good-looking guys out there that can't get a single date. And there are many rich guys that only get used by women for their money, like losers. So what is the real secret? Follow these rules and any woman will become obsessed with you. You can make a woman think about you constantly and non-stop after you've just met her. If you're in the friend zone with her, if you've known her for a while, or if you're dating her and are in a sexual relationship with her. That's what I'll be talking about in this video. How to get her to be thinking about you all the time. Wanting you all the time and making everything so much easier for you because she wants to be with you. Number 1. After you've just met her. The way to get her to be thinking about you all the time after you've just met her is based on the private sexual connection that you and her experienced. If you just want a woman to want you, then just make her feel attracted. But if you want her to be thinking about you all the time, then make sure that you also create a private sexual connection between you and her. The way to do that is via flirting. Now, some guys may never have done what I'm going to show you now and may have only ever seen another guy do it, but whatever the case, you will know that when a guy behaves in this way, he and the woman have a private sexual connection. It's obvious that there are sexual sparks between him and her, and it's obvious that both of them want something to happen. So, the way to do it is that when you meet a woman, you make her feel attracted to you by displaying personality traits and behaviors that are naturally attractive to women, such as being confident, being manly in your behavior, being charming, using some humor, being a bit of a challenge, and so on. You don't have to do all of that. You can just display one trait and a woman will feel some attraction for you. But the more traits that you're able to display when you're interacting with a woman, the more she's going to feel attracted to you. After you've made her feel attracted, then begin to behave as though you know she wants to have sex with you. This comes across in your body language, the way that you react to her and your vibe. So, rather than just talking in a neutral, friendly way, make sure that you're coming across in a way where you're creating that private sexual connection between you and her. It's a private understanding that both of you want to have sex with each other. Both of you know it, but you're not actually saying the words, "Hey, you and I want to hook up. You and I want to have sex with each other." Instead, you're just communicating it via the discreet language of flirting. Using a flirtatious approach with a woman creates that private sexual connection between you and her. If you've interacted with a woman, made her feel attracted, and then created that private sexual connection and then walked away, maybe you got her phone number, or maybe you're going to see her again so you don't need to get her phone number, then she's going to be thinking about you all the time. The reason why is that pretty much every guy she comes across in her life will interact with her in a neutral or friendly way. Alternatively, the guy will be very nice towards her to hopefully suck up to her, or will be very nervous around her, unsure of himself, or he'll be acting like Mr. Cool, Mr. Aloof, Mr. Disinterested, and talking to her like he doesn't really care, and so forth. It's extremely rare that a woman will interact with a guy in person, where he will make her feel attracted by displaying attractive personality traits and behaviors, and he'll also have the courage, the social intelligence, the emotional intelligence, and the balls to actually create that private sexual connection between him and her. For example, some guys will interact with a woman, feel attracted to her, and the guy will be confident and might even crack a few jokes, but he'll just talk to her in a neutral, friendly type of way, and he'll go away. In most cases, she'll then think, "Oh, that guy was kind of attractive," or "that guy was kind of cool," or "he's pretty confident," and that's about it. If you want her to be thinking about you all the time and thinking about you when she is alone in her bed and is feeling a bit horny and she starts fantasizing, then make sure that you create that private sexual connection between you and her, or that private understanding that both you and her feel sexually attracted to each other. You want to have sex with each other and the tension is there. The next example of how to get a woman to think about you non-stop is wait. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Number 2. If you have known her for a while, but she only sees you as a friend. A mistake a lot of guys make, which puts them in the friend zone with a woman, is to behave as though they are happy to just be her friend. The woman gets that sense and accepts it. Okay, he just wants to be friends. There's no sexual connection between him and her. It's just a friendly interaction. It's a friendly relationship. If a guy is in that situation where he really likes a particular girl or a particular woman and he wants her to be thinking about him, wanting him and then hooking up with him, he needs to stop acting as though he is happy to just be her friend. He needs to start interacting with her in a way that creates feelings of sexual attraction. One of the ways that a guy can do that is by suddenly being more of a playful challenge. Essentially, he says something to create a spark between him and her, where it's not just about getting along in a friendly way. He is challenging her in the moment in a playful way. He is putting her on the spot and she's going to feel attracted to him in that moment, not only for being a challenge, but having the confidence to do it. Making her feel girly in comparison to his masculinity in the moment, having the social intelligence to come up with something like that, and so on. Now, what's important to understand is that for a woman to get a guy to think about her all the time, she doesn't have to be playfully challenging in the moment, make him feel girly in comparison to her masculinity, and so on. It's a different thing altogether. In most cases, all the woman has to do is look pretty, be nice, show some interest in a guy, and he's going to be interested in her. She doesn't have to be teasing him, making him feel uncomfortable in the moment in a playful way, making him feel less dominant than her, and so on. Just because a man doesn't necessarily want a woman to be talking to him in that way, it doesn't mean that a woman doesn't want a man to talk to her in that way. You have to understand that attraction works differently for men and women. So, in the example of a guy being in the friend zone with a woman and he then suddenly is more of a playful challenge around her, she is suddenly going to start feeling attracted to him. The third example of how to make a woman think about you non-stop is number 3. After a date. So, at the date you attract her, you connect with her and you build up some sexual tension between you and her. Then, let her be the one who is giving vibes about trying to get you to hopefully commit to her. One of the best ways to understand this is to think about how a woman behaves when you're on a date with her, when she gives you the sense that you'll need to be the one who tries to get her to commit to you. How is she doing that? Is she saying it, or is it coming across based on her behavior, her vibe, how she reacts to you, and so on? She doesn't say it. She lets you sense it. That's what you need to make her feel about you. The way to do it is on the inside. You need to be thinking that she needs to win you over. She is going to need to get you to commit to her. Yes, you are attracted to her, you're showing interest in her, and so on, but you're still giving her the sense that she's going to have to get you to commit to her. It's not going to be a case of you hoping that you're going to get to be her boyfriend. It's the other way around. She's going to get to be your girlfriend. Now, something important to point out here though is that you don't suddenly stop pursuing her after the date. You still need to interact with her and arrange another date. If you stop pursuing a woman after a date, many women will assume that you're not interested and won't pursue because they don't want to be rejected. However, if you've had sex with a woman and then don't pursue her after that, you will often find that she then begins to pursue you. She will then be left feeling very attracted to you, thinking about you all the time and trying to figure out how to get you to want her more and how to get you to want to be your boyfriend. If you want more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe and like the video.